Tennessee. It's Week 7 of the NFL on EA Sports.
Oh, able to avoid him. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
They'll run for the first time with James Conner. It'll go as a loss of 3 right away, and it's 2nd down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Now on 2nd and 13, Roethlisberger. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. And this opening drive not going to plan. This is now 3rd and 13. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Jadeveon Clowney showing the explosiveness on the sack.
3 and out.
They'll indeed go for it with Roethlisberger. This is Johnson. He's got it. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Hey, nothing to see here. Just your standard 4th down gain of 28 yards. And the drive keeps going. 1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. On the counter, it's Conner. A check on the numbers last week for Conner. 20 carries, 101 yards, and a score.
And the way they ran the ball in last week's game has to be satisfying to their entire staff because they're seeing not just a back gain big yardage, but they're seeing an offensive line really in sync.
Play fake to Conner. Now Roethlisberger going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked by Kevin Byard. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Intercepted. The Titans.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Now a first carry for Derrick Henry. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
T.J. Watt
calling no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
on the play.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. To throw is Tannehill. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
Throwing on 3rd down, Tannehill. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. And now following that sack, looks like we've got an injured man down there on the field.
Brett Kern.
Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. Here's Brett Kern now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. Johnson on the return. A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return. And the Steeler offense, they're set up nicely as they take over. Back out here comes Pittsburgh's offense, and they're fresh off a Week 5 win against their in-state rival Philadelphia, 38-29. It's the 6th time that they've played since the turn of the century. And they're even now. Each team has won 3 games since then. But, Charles, really the story in this one was rookie Chase Claypool. How about 4 touchdowns against the Eagles, something that no Steelers player had done since 1968.
Yeah, this has been a really impressive start for this rookie out of Notre Dame. They got him in the 2nd round, and Brandon...
And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. The sack by Harold Landry, the former Boston College Eagle.
Well, they had the right down and the definite distance to take a shot downfield, but it didn't work out the way that they had envisioned.
No, that's a situation where if you take a sack close to the line of scrimmage, it's not that bad, but a loss like that, you can't take a sack there.
Yeah, absolutely. The one thing you cannot do, they did.
Now, meanwhile, they go for it on 4th down, and my goodness, incomplete. The Steelers try it, but they come up empty on 4th down. And as a result, it'll be Titan football on the turnover on downs. Tannehill and the Titans come up now 1st and 10 at the 40. He'll start with a give to Henry. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. They went 3 and out on their first drive. Things already looking better here, 1st and 10.
Brandon, after last week, we went over 200 yards. Looks like the hot tub, cold tub, whatever he did, it worked pretty well.
Much chatter about that performance. Rightfully so. AFC Offensive Player of the Week. They keep it with Henry on 1st down. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Aaron Donald's the name most people think about at the defensive tackle position, but an all-pro last year alongside him, Cameron Hayward, an absolute nightmare to try and block. And he gets into the backfield on that play and finishes it off with a loss.
Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. Could be 4-down territory even if they don't get this, but they need just a few inches here on 3rd. They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And he's going to have the 1st down yardage to the 35. Now a timeout being called as there's an injured Titan down on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Tannehill. He finds Corey Davis. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 1st down, Titans, gain of 12.
Well, remember, they tried to give him the ball and let him run on the last play, but I think the light bulb went off in their play caller's mind, and this time they get it to him the more conventional way, and it's much more successful as well.
And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Ball at the 24 and a 2nd and 11. No score after 1 on EA Sports.
No score.
On 2nd and 11 now. Tannehill toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. He was trying to get it to A.J. Brown that time. 3rd down here. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Blitz came there from the inside, and there just wasn't much resistance.
No, not at all. That means that defensively, they timed it up perfectly and matched up perfectly. They drew all the blockers to the other guys, left a free runner back to the quarterback. And you know what a free runner turns into?
What?
A free hitter.
Remains tied, 0-0.
Now, if this was a clear day in September, I'd say this is well within his range. I'd feel very confident about this kick, but let's be honest about it. In these elements, the difficulty level gets ratcheted up by at least a factor of 5.
And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
This defense is really fluid around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Shotgun handoff to Samuels. It'll be a gain of 11, and that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Here we go on 4th down with Roethlisberger. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he has the 1st down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. They're able to keep the drive alive. 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one. On 1st down, it's Samuels. Bringing him down defensively, Jayon Brown.
Ball carrier.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
And he is going to get this close to the first down markers. He's brought down at the Titans 33. That one, a first down pickup of 8. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They run the counter. It's Connor, and he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. It was Jadeveon Clowney who got upfield for the stop. 2 minutes on the clock in what's been a scoreless first half. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Now Roethlisberger getting this one into the hands of Smith-Schuster. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Juju Smith-Schuster. His 4th touchdown on the year as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. And a nice job by him to catch the slant and then navigate and break free.
And receivers love slant routes because it gets the ball in their hands so quickly and oftentimes on the move. And when they're on the move like that, then they get to use their best asset, which is usually their speed.
And their speed sometimes, like this instance, can take them into the end zone. This will make it into the end zone. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here's Tennessee ready to begin this drive offensively. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Tannehill. Henry's got it out on the left side.
Tannehill.
They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. That'll be a 41-yard punt, just 1 yard on the return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10.
37-yard line.
So good field position for the Steelers as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 37. He's going to launch it for Washington. And incomplete. An excellent play downfield. Should have been picked off, really. But 2nd down instead.
Covered by Malcolm Butler.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1. So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Open man completes it to Smith-Schuster. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. They'll run on 1st down. Samuels. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage.
Wow. No gain on that.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
At the 25-yard line.
From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And that one will fall incomplete.
Pass.
Clock here now, just under 30 seconds to go in this first half.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
4th down now as the Titans defense holds up in coverage.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
Boswell's kick is good, and the lead moves to 10-zip.
Steelers 10. Titans, nothing.
Still a little bit of time left here in the second quarter, but they do get 3 before the half and expand that lead.
And they have to be happy about that, and we haven't met a team yet that doesn't put an emphasis on trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of a half. They'll be real excited to have those up on the board.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Another nice job there defensively. They've had it bottled up throughout this game. They used their scouting really well, but they've executed even better throughout this game. Their job now, don't relax, and all of a sudden, give them a chance to break off a big one.
Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And we will not see a return to start the half as this will be a touchback. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution, or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards.
54, Mike. 54, Mike. Check, watch 54, watch 54.
After the penalty, it's Henry. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. Throwing on 2nd and long. Tannehill. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. T.J. Watt. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
That's certainly playing down and distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath by all means.
Look at the spin.
Balance.
It's a 40-yard punt, 4 yards on the return. And that will come the offense as they take over. So here are the Steelers to take over on offense. Remember, they're riding that 5-game winning streak, and right now in the driver's seat in this ball game as well. And he's up over midfield and down into Tennessee territory.
The ball carrier.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
To the 49-yard line. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
On 2nd down, Connor looking for space. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. On 3rd down, Roethlisberger. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Pittsburgh getting 16 yards there and also a 1st down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They go draw play. This is Samuels. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
The ball carrier.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
And 7.
On 2nd down, it's Connor. And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line.
Down at the 30.
Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe it'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Fourth down now as the Titans defense holds up in coverage.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
Eluding the pressure right. And he'll find Washington. That's complete. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. Wow, first and goal, and defensively, all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. A loss of 2 there, second down.
This is obviously a critical sequence for this defense if they want to stay in this game. Down 2 scores already. They give up a touchdown here. That'll make things really difficult for their offense moving forward.
Now from the 9, here's second and goal. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown.
Touchdown, Pittsburgh.
Jalen Samuels, his first touchdown on the year. And the Steelers are going to add on to their lead.
Partner, they had a good lead as they went into the half, and they came out here in the second half and found a way to extend it. I love their consistency. Don't worry about what they said at halftime. This seemed like a team that was ready to play 60 minutes, and while this game is far from over, I love their approach.
A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good, and that makes our score 17-0. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This will make it into the end zone, and he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Here's Tennessee ready to begin this drive offensively. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
Second and 9.
On second and 9, Tannehill. He'll get this to his tight end. It's Jonnu Smith. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
It's a gain of 8.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Running from the gun with Henry. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. 2 yards and able to get the first down in the process. Back now in Nashville. It's Titan football here as they trail to begin the fourth quarter. Now a nice play defensively on first down as this is knocked away and incomplete. They'll try again from the 36 on second and 10. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on third down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. And now the third down throw incomplete as well.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
They snap it to Tannehill. And he's got a man, Corey Davis. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on fourth.
At this stage, there's nothing left to do but to keep firing, and if you're a play caller, you may go off your sheet and use some things maybe you hadn't planned to in this game. Maybe that was one of them there that worked.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Tannehill throwing complete there to Humphries. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
8 yards.
That was the 8th play of the drive, so a somewhat fitting pickup of 8 yards.
26-yard line.
To throw again on second down. Tannehill. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
Don't walk out here, man.
The hit comes late. We saw it. There's your flag.
And we know that there's a guideline, right? Ball's gone. You get one step. If you're within one step of the quarterback, you can hit him as long as it's still done legally. But anything outside of that, looks like an extra step was involved.
Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
4 yards.
9-yard line, 2nd and 6.
At the Steelers' 9-yard line.
They'll run it again with Henry. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7. Is that one officially a loss of 1? From the gun on 3rd down, Tannehill is caught at the 7-yard line. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Nice game there, partner, but you and I both know that won't do anything for the final score. They're not going to win this one. Right now they're playing for pride and fantasy points.
And just to erase that goose egg, nobody wants to be shut out. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. And he gets in. Touchdown, Tennessee. Ryan Tannehill. Touchdown number 15 of the year. And the Titans are able to close the gap just a bit. And maybe that was just a case of completely overlooking the guy holding the football.
It certainly felt like it, didn't it? Because on my checklist, okay, as a defender,
QB's last.
running back, fullback, heck, jet sweeps nowadays. Before you even get to thinking about the quarterback might actually keep it.
Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. Jack Crawford. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. And he finds McDonald. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That was no 3rd and 2. That was 3rd and 16, but they get the conversion anyway. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. Connor on 1st down, able to take this one forward for about 6. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. So they come up on 2nd down, and they can get another run like we just saw and likely put an end to this thing. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively. They'll try and run for it with counter. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. Now the Titans will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. They'll run for it with counter. And he's not going to get the first. I don't even think he made it back to the line of scrimmage. He needed a couple, but he didn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. And as a result, it'll be Titan football on the turnover on downs. Tannehill. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. Bud Dupree in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. He'll get this one complete to Davis. Now they work this well upfield across the 45. 27 yards there, a 1st down. But it's caught on the right side at Smith. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. And he'll get this underneath to Henry. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. First down now, but that clock rolling. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
Tannehill's pass, intended for Corey Davis, incomplete. Brings up 2nd and 10.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. Tannehill now to throw. Smith catches left side. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. So this one in the win column for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And it was their defense that really paved the way to this victory as they allowed the 1 touchdown, and that was all she wrote.
Almost want to do the defense chant right now, right? Defense with a couple of claps in there, but no one wants to hear that from me. Let's just talk about how they got it done, though. When you take care of every aspect of the game, shut down the run, control the airways, right?